What's up everybody, I'm Sendai Mike, I'm a recording and mixing engineer, and today we're going to talk about the importance of studio ergonomics and why I've chosen to go with a standing workstation, and also how you can build your own standing workstation for very little money. Now some of you may know this, but in a previous life I was a civil and environmental engineer, and I would spend 8 to 12 hours a day in a cubicle sitting at a desk in front of a screen before rushing home to sit at another desk in front of another screen working on music. And I don't need to explain that, sitting that much every day is just bad for you. It's bad for your health, both mentally and physically. So eventually I ended up switching to a standing desk configuration, and I've found it to be hugely beneficial in every way, and I don't plan on ever going back to a fully sitting workstation. Sitting puts me in a very passive, relaxed state, and I'm a pretty passive, relaxed guy to begin with, so I don't really need any more of that in my life. Standing helps me be more actively engaged and intentional when I'm working, and it also allows me to sustain that state of engagement for longer periods of time. When I was first looking at switching to standing desks, I started Googling standing desk, and I was just blown away by the cost of these things. There's companies selling these sit-stand desks with automatic up and down motorized controls anywhere between $500 and $1,000, and honestly that's just kind of absurd to be spending that much money on a piece of wood that you stand in front of. So I thought there's got to be some cheaper options. My current configuration of my desks has been a long process of adding and removing parts and seeing what works for me, and what I've come up with is a very affordable and very functional studio workstation. Now the base of this workstation is an IKEA desk, and I bought mine new from IKEA, but I've seen these same configurations with the sawhorse legs floating around on Craigslist for between 60 and 100 bucks. They're everywhere. I've seen them, in alleys behind apartments. These sawhorse legs are really nice because before the table is loaded, you can adjust them very easily to your desired height using these pegs and holes that come with the desk legs. Now the next layer of this workstation is a shelving unit that I bought at Lowe's. Now this is a plastic shelving unit. You can find them floating online for about 25 bucks. It's a 3-shelf unit, and what I did is I just took 2 of those units and I removed the 4 pegs that go in between them and stuck them on either side of the desk, which allowed me to put a plank, which I also got at Lowe's, which was about $8.95 around there, on top of that, and that acts as the monitor and screen stands. Eventually I also bought an arm for my laptop, which cost about $45. So all in all here, we're in about, if you spend $100 on a desk, $45 on an arm, $8 on a plank, and $25 on a shelving unit, you're looking at around 180 bucks, which for a standing workstation is about as cheap as you can get. So there you have it. That's how you can build your very own standing work desk for your home studio relatively affordably, and I will never go back to a traditional sitting desk. If you have any questions about my workstation setup, or if you'd like to share some tips about how you set up your workstation, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Be well.